In front of me, I have the top 10 best grip socks on the market right now. Now, of course, there is an element here of I have to have tried them. So if you think I've missed something that's on the market that's great, let me know down in the comments. The first pair on the list, I'm not going to go into too much detail on these. I've spoken about them so many times. I am in desperate need of a new pair. They are also desperately expensive, but they're just so good. These are the Liiteguard grip socks. I've told so many people that these are basically my favorite. The way they're built, the compression grip sock, the grip element, these are just incredible. And they're not necessarily number one, as in like the best. This is in no particular order, but they're absolutely foot fetish. If you haven't seen my tier list, foot fetish is the top tier. These are absolutely foot fetish. I will love these forever. Liiteguard grip socks are an absolute must on this list. Next up on the list, a sock I tried for the very first time this year. This is the Apex grip sock. Now, Apex have done grip socks before, many different variations. This is their newest one, and for me, it's just great. They have flocking grips, similar to what you might find from a true sock. No internal grips on these, but you do get the shaping, left and right feet, and no sizing, but they are working on that. Overall, I just think these are a really high quality sock. I think they've done a fantastic job here, and it's a company that I'm excited to see always what they're gonna do next. You should definitely check out my full review on these, and they more than deserve to be on this list. Next up, another one that I think has been just a constant in rotation for me, really difficult to beat, and it is the Falke grip socks. These are just absolutely next level. They're so good, they're so technical. Of all the socks that I've got here, the way these are woven and built to give you an amazing fit is just beyond anything else. They have internal, external grips. They're not the most comfortable, but they're probably the most effective in terms of sweat wicking, retaining their shape, and just doing a goddamn good job. Again, quite an expensive option, but they're kind of worth the money, if you can say that about a pair of socks that are this expensive. I love Falke. I've been using them for years. These socks are unbelievable and more than worthy of a place on this list. Next up, a sock that has snuck up on me. Now, I really enjoyed these in my initial review, but there was a couple of elements that didn't quite ring perfectly with me. I wanted to see a little bit more grip, and maybe I wanted to see them, I don't know what else I wanted to see, but the more I wore them, so I wore them for a good while before the review, but they've just become a go-to in my bag, and anything that becomes a sock that I just immediately put in the bag has to be on this list, and that's the Teqnigrip grip socks. I also absolutely have to mention, of course, with the Teqnigrip, their main selling feature is that they basically have no grips, which I think is why I reach for them so often, just due to the ease and how comfortable they are. The grips are a silicone yarn woven through the material in the key contact zones. Like, it's genius. And another company I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next in this particular space, because if they can improve on this idea, they are going to dominate grip socks. Next, we have another old faithful, a sock that I have swooned over, if you can swoon over a sock, and that is the Tabio grip socks. These are all about fit. The fit on the Tabio is amazing. Now, these are the socks that have the toes, so that you have to put each little toe in order to wear these, with the grip pads running across the pad of your foot, the toes, and then just in the heel. It's not excessive grip, that's not really the focus, but the fit more than makes up for anything that could be considered a lack of grip. You don't have it, it's just so good. Tabio grip socks, man, absolutely going on this list. Thank you, Tabio. Next up, a company that I like a lot. I've used a lot of their socks, and that is Viper 5. They've done a big update of a lot of their lines recently, and the one that absolutely stands out, shines above all the rest, is the Suregrip. And this is just a really technical material. It's a great fit. The overall grip experience is quite excellent with these, again, flocking style grips. No internal grips again on these, but beautiful array of sizing, so you really do get an excellent fit. The anatomical shaping, there's very little to dislike about these particular socks. Viper 5 are a company that I have a lot of time for, that do a lot of good stuff. They're pretty environmentally conscious with what they do and what materials that they use. And I just think that on top of that, they are putting out one of the absolute best grip socks on the market. These are Suregrip. They do have a couple of other options which are also good, and I do have reviews of those, but the Suregrip is by far, it's the best one. It's the jewel in the crown. So if you want to pick any of them, these are the ones, although they are the most expensive. Still great. Okay, change of outfit, slightly shorter beard. What's happened? Well, I'm editing this and it's been about a month since I initially recorded the video, and I've had a change of heart on some of the socks. Some of them that I've taken out don't really have the availability, and the ones I've put in I hadn't tested at the time of recording. So I've got one honourable mention and 2 different socks to my original list to add right now. We'll start with a pair of socks that I have been a big fan of, and it is no surprise because they are the Skillsocks Pro Flex, and they have a lot of similarities to what you would expect to get from the Liiteguard grip sock. They have that same thin compression style sock. They have a very similar grip pattern with very similar materials, and overall they share an awful lot of similarities and yet are significantly cheaper. Do I think they're as good as the Liiteguard? No, but when you consider that they are at least 15 euros cheaper per pair than the Liiteguard, they become a very attractive proposition. Do get subscribed to the channel. I have a full review coming on them very soon, but definitely worthy of a place on this list. Next up, I want to talk about something that I have reviewed and is on the channel already, and that is the Pure Grip Socks Elite. Now, these are a great option if you like a thicker, slightly more padded, slightly more comfortable sock, and while they are the only sock on the list that are not in the very top tier, if you don't watch my grip sock reviews regularly, I tier rank all of the socks. Everything I've spoken about today is in that top tier, in foot fetish, as I call it. Sorry, it's what it's called. And these are in the second tier, but there's not even 10 pairs of socks in that top tier. So something has to come from the next tier down. And these are an exceptional option for that slightly thicker, slightly more comfortable sock, and at what I think is a pretty good price, especially if you can pick up a discount code. Review on the channel right now, and a pretty impressive, more technical minded grip sock from Pure. And my honourable mention, which is only an honourable mention because it hasn't had enough testing time yet, but the review is coming very, very soon, and these are by far the cheapest grip sock on this list. They are an unbelievable price for the quality that you pay. If you do want to pick up the review for these early and before anybody else, you can do so by becoming a Boot Wizard member. I'll leave the links down in the top pinned comment and in the description, along with links for where you can buy a lot of these socks, some of them with discounts. And if you do use those Boot Wizard discount codes, it also helps support the channel. So that is greatly appreciated, and any way you can support us is really appreciated, especially as members. But what are these honourable mention socks? Well, they are these. These are the optimized grip socks by the Boot Chamber, who are a reseller of football boots on Instagram. And I think they've done an exceptional job here, kind of blending the Adidas style bottom with the WeFoot style top. And speaking of WeFoot, moving on. Let's move to Tokyo Football. So Tokyo Football did an update of their grip socks this year. These are the 2024 variations of the Tokyo Football Classic and the Tokyo Football Air grip socks. Both are absolutely outstanding socks, and the main reason they're on this list is because they provide outstanding socks at an incredible price. These, I believe, are cheaper than anything else that is on this list, and they deliver at an absolutely incredible level. If you're looking something with a little bit more compression, but also a little bit more breathability and a little bit more lightweight, you want to go for the TF Air sock. Really great sock, and my personal favorite at the moment is the TF Classic. I just really love the extra comfort, the added quality that I feel through the materials. These use a PVC internal and external grip system with this kind of honeycomb pattern, and it just really does a great job of providing you with an amazing amount of grip, a great fit, and it's completely seamless. You don't feel those internal grips like maybe you would on the Falke, and they just do a fantastic job. Tokyo Football grip socks are always going to be a grip sock that I recommend because they do a fantastic job. They're great socks, and the price is pretty much unbeatable. Please, if you have skipped to this point of the video to find out what number 1 is, you have made a mistake, because this was in no particular order. However, this is absolutely a last but not least situation, because this is the WeFoot grip socks. I have reviewed these twice this year, once for the original kind of pattern like this, and once with the update, which has these white grips, and these are just the quality absolutely through the roof on these. The material that they make, this is the classic version, the material they make this neck area out of is amazing. Again, internal and external grips here. These are just some of the best on the market. These are so hard to beat. This is the Classic, which I recommend for most people. This is the Lite version, which is what I prefer, which is a thinner, lighter, more compression-based sock. I absolutely adore these, but if you're torn between them, get the Classic. This is where I think most of the quality shines through and where most people are going to enjoy them. But WeFoot grip socks are absolutely incredible. That's my top 10. Let me know if I missed any great ones down in the comments. And if you want to check out reviews of a few of those socks all by themselves, click the videos around my head.